Hi there, this is Self-Critical Automaton, and this is episode 17 of my Let's Play of Resident Evil 4. And today we're going to get into some of the even weirder parts of this castle, because this is just straight up... Okay, first off, that machine makes no sense. And secondly, that's lava. Like, that's actual, for realsies, lava, just in this medieval castle. This lends further credence to the initially crackpot-seeming theory that this is perhaps some kind of medieval fantasy game that got reworked into being a Resident Evil game, because this is just like... You know, we've had the, like, medieval village and the grasslands and everything, and what's next? This. Lava Land, so I guess the next one after this would be the Slippy Slidey Ice World. Yeah, also these guys, not a big threat, it turns out. I mean, you can shoot the guy himself, but ultimately it works out the same, because those are load-bearing dudes, I guess. Not that load-bearing guys are unprecedented in video games. But again, this kind of just emphasizes the bizarre inconsistency of this game world. It's presented as being a fairly reasonably believable place, and then volcano priests. So yeah, also we start to see a new type of priest here, which is these guys. They basically are exactly the same as the other priests, although they do have cooler headdresses. So yeah, this is quite a fraught sequence if you don't know the secret, and the secret is, of course, just shoot them. But yeah, this is just straight up fire-breathing stone dragons, and this is not going to be revisited or acknowledged in any way. The kind of, the thing I love about this is just that maybe this is just normal. This is just ordinary in this world. Also, that's 3 for 3. I'm getting good at this. But yeah, so I think the third part of the... Yep, there it is. And again, there's no sense at all of this place as having any kind of... well, as sense of place. It's just kind of these weird disconnected rooms that occur, you know, floating in space. There's no sense that there's, you know, an actual castle to this. There's just this... there's just these specific rooms and corridors which all lead into each other and to nowhere else. And then just the volcano basement, which is where we keep all our lava. Which, again, why is this here? Because honestly, from a game design perspective as well as an environmental design perspective, there's no real reason for that. Why go to the trouble of modelling a unique vehicle that takes place, that is placed here, and only here, and is never used again? There's no reason there couldn't have just been a bridge or something here. It's just a very strange allocation of development resources. And yeah, there's quite a few things like that in this game which frequently make me wonder, you know, if they were intended to be used more widely, and then, you know, due to other development constraints, again, this train cart ride is another example, and it's less egregious in other places. For example, the, oh, what do you call them? God, this is embarrassing. The cable car, that's it. The cable car that takes you up and down, in the village feels appropriate to the location. It feels like something that would reasonably exist in that place at that time. Which these other things really, really do not. So, we're finally able to progress through here. And, yep. Wait, really? Okay. Why does it let me try and combine them if I can't? Yeah, so after getting all of the 3 pieces of the Divine Beast, I think it called them. That might be something later. So yeah, we can finally progress on through here. And finally start catching up with Salazar. One thing that's been bothering me about Salazar is that he sounds a hell of a lot like Peter Lorre, which I've been meaning to bring up for about 6 episodes now and just haven't. See, in any reasonable sort of situation that would absolutely have been a trap. It's worth checking every single picture of Salazar you see, because most of them do have these secrets. And yeah, this is the balcony. Like, one of the things that interests me about this game is its inconsistency. There is a huge level of detail in it that is very inconsistently applied. Salazar was addressing us from that balcony, so in order for him to reach it, in terms of physical space, there had to be a passageway to access it from here. But in terms of the castle in general, that rigor is not applied in any way. And yeah, apparently there's 3 castles here, which is, you know, it's like coat hangers, you know, you get 2 in the cupboard, and then you've got 4 in the cupboard, and you've got 8 in the cupboard. Similar with castles. If you've got 1 castle, it's 1 castle. If you've got 2 castles, pretty soon you'll have a 3rd castle. So yeah, there is this weird Roccoco Cartride system, which we have used twice now. This also is the only painting in the game that is not a painting of Salazar, but that does have stuff hidden behind it. Alright, we're just being spooky again. So, yeah. There's not tons left here. That's, Well, I guess I'll explore this way quickly first, since it's a nice short trip. Hey, is that the chief? Just rotate gently for a little while. But yeah, so that inconsistency is applied across all of this. Why are there so many cupboards that contain nothing except for a single, you know, gem? Also, I wonder which of these is going to be a threat, huh?
Wait.
That said, it is nice that they give you such a strong clue. Although it's a shame that you can't, you know, trigger them early on. And of course, you know, you might just completely forget to press half the buttons and get smashed. That's also a thing that happens if you are me. So we're about to go into a combat encounter here. And I can't remember if it's a tough one or not. I'll give you 3 guesses as to what I'll be fighting, though, since, I mean, you really should be able to... Oh, hey. That's interesting. I never really noticed that before. See, the fact that those guys are blood splattered would imply to me that they're an enemy we're going to be fighting, but, you never do fight, centaurs, I guess? May wrath of evil befall the one who disturbs this holy grail. Well, obviously I'm taking it. So yeah, it's time to fight... It's time to fight some actual for realsies medieval knights, because this is just a Zelda game, apparently. And, yeah. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh well. Fortunately, I've got plenty of healing at this point, and I've also got this new fun toy. So, what we need these guys to do is basically show their parasites, just like is the case across the board. When those pop out, you get your chance to kill them with targeted weapons, or if you're clever, the only thing in the game that insta-kills parasites is a flash grenade, so... Alternatively, you can just shotgun them to death. So yeah, not super difficult, but again, these are enemies that will only fight here. I don't think they show up again at all, so it's a lot of development time to add something like that and then just, you know, not use it again. In fairness, they are assets that they have already created, because these have been showing up all through the castle up till now, but it's still extremely strange. Luckily they do have that huge wind-up, so it's generally pretty easy to touch them. One of the reasons I've been hanging on to these this whole time is because it's just useful for taking things like these out. Oh, he's a big one. So that's something I hadn't noticed before. It looks like headshots, like specifically targeted headshots, breaks them out of their armor that much faster. But yeah, if I had gone into this room expecting to have to decide which suits of armor in the room were likely to attack me, I would have assumed it was those centaur ones. Simply because they're using the visual messaging that's been used previously, i.e. they look messy. They've got, gross stuff on them.
Follow me.
So, yeah, oh, hello, I missed this. Sample retrieved. As you may have heard, Louis Serra has been disposed of by Lord Sadler. The sample is back where it belongs. I had hoped that the whole matter could be resolved without troubling the Lord. However, as long as the sample is safe, we can all rejoice, for our time is nearly at hand. Now that the sample is back in our safe hands, it'll be a bit more difficult for that troublesome woman to get it. In the light of all this, it's unfortunate that Serra had to go. Like us, he would have had a bright future if only he had shown more faith in our beliefs. As for the other two Americans, the Lord has left the matter in our hands. We must not disappoint the Lord. We shall capture Ashley and take her to the Lord and dispose of the American agent. So again, it's very unclear who this message is from and who it's for. Presumably it's from Salazar, because, you know, he talks about someone being in charge, basically. There is another gun range here. It's basically the same as the previous one, so I don't think I'll bother doing this again. And also, for efficiency's sake, I'll talk to this guy first.
Got some rare things. What are you selling?
So, yeah, there's a fair few things to add.
Thank you. Is that thank you. Is that all, stranger? Is that all, stranger?
Oh, good, damn it.
Is that all? Thank
So
you.
yeah,
What are you buying?
I don't think he has anything new for us, although it might be worth grabbing a first aid if he has one, which he doesn't.
What are you buying?
But, yeah, I think it's time to boost this one.
Thank you. What are you
Actually, I
buying?
might have enough for some of the other ones as well.
Is that thank you. Come
So yeah,
anytime.
just catch up on the safety save. I really hope that was the right one. And, I love that picture. He's got such a rectangular head. He looks like his name's Chunk. So, time for another classic of the genre, the block pushing puzzle. I wonder if I should have left Ashley behind. It's probably fine though. In fact, I think I need her here. If I tell her to stand on this, and then I mean, it's not even really a puzzle. Frankly, some of the puzzles in this game are so easy that I wonder why they were added at all. There's no challenge to overcoming this puzzle. You know, there's 4 things and 4 places to put things, so why really bother? It's in no way an interesting challenge, and it doesn't even really delay you very much. Can I go through here? Nope, that's the way back, isn't it? Yep. So, yes, if you're paying attention, you might notice... Oh, here we go again.
I think you've lived long enough. Let's see if you can survive this time.
I like that he just traps himself in here with us. Like, okay, he just runs off through that door. We can't follow him, I guess. But yeah, so... this is pretty easy. Perhaps the previous puzzle was so easy to lull us into a full sense of security about this one. But, I gotta say, the slowly descending spiked ceiling trap is such a classic that I'm just always pleased to see it. It seems odd to me that Salazar would risk himself. Like, I mean, I'm amused by the idea that he would have just stayed there. And yeah, my finely honed Dark Souls senses tell me that this is another trap, but it's not. It's kind of a double bluff, really, since there's a wine cellar over here. Or I guess a triple bluff, since this inexplicable tunneling machine is here. So, again, just completely nonsensical stuff. Why do these medieval monks have a giant tunneling machine? Dunno. Why does shooting them in the heads open the door? Also dunno. There's a lot of ideas in this game, and most of them are cool, but none of them really make any sense whatsoever. And I don't know. I feel like I'm dunking on it a lot, but it's not like... there's not a lot to say about the oddnesses of this particular area of the castle. There's just a lot of weird shit. Kind of inexplicable jank. But it is deeply strange to me that there are just such... looks like I can't go this way. Fortunately there is a door over here. So yeah, why was there a tunneling machine in the middle of the castle? Why do they just smash through the walls of the castle? I mean... oh wait, no, of course, it's the security system. You know, as soon as the aggression is gone, the thing opens up. I can't believe I completely answered this question a few episodes ago, and then I just totally forgot. So... I'm going to clear out this room and then head back and save, because that's about it for today. But I am running a little bit low on some things, so let me see what I can... Can I manage this? Ah, grand. Yeah, the handgun against shields is really inefficient. It's generally better just to wait and get them with that instead. I do love the noise when you're hitting them in the not shields, big helmets. I guess a helmet is sort of a face shield. So yeah, Next up, another very difficult puzzle that I will solve next time, but first I'm just going to make sure I grab all of these. I do like that there's for once consistency, you know, all of these have one, instead of just one. But yeah, so yeah, a little bit of an odd one here. Also, that I believe was the third one we needed for completing this mask. Congratulations to me. That was weirdly self-aggrandizing. But yeah, it's just odd that for something where they've clearly given no interest in making a consistent, like internally consistent and logical layout for a building, it wouldn't bother me if it was always inconsistent. The fact that they occasionally have nods to consistency is what confuses me. Where's the typewriter? Could have sworn there was one. Of course, it's with our good friend Captain Steal and Sell Everything. But yeah, so I guess that's it from me for today, and I will catch up with you next time for more incredibly inconsistent and strange decisions. So, that's all. Bye!